What it do, fellow space freaks? I got some cool nerd shit for you. Yeah, that's right. What we have right here is Warframe power scaling. Woo. Now don't get intimidated with all the power scaling mumbo jumbo, because I'm here to condense it for you in this video and make them fight for entertainment purposes. So this is how it's going to work. Me and this boy Shiro took all 61 Warframes as of the Isle Weaver update and put them all into a standardized shuffle wheel. Now we are only picking 10 frames for this video, I know, boo. But hitting all 61 Warframes in a single battle royale to the death, Hunger Games style, is going to take well, it says here at least a long time. Now with the 10 frames, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to research and power scale them in the battle royale, alright? So here's some ground rules. So most of the feats I'm going to be basing off to power scale these Warframes is off lore, data entries, Levarian entries, wiki entries, the 4 base abilities off the game, and their cinematic showings. That means prime trailers, yada yada yada. Now we're also only measuring the frames by themselves. No magical operator with 1,000 years of experience of combat, whoopity-doo, battle IQ, none of that. Or that lame excuse of the Tenno can just continue fighting forever due to eternalism and void energy being infinite. That's cop-out. To put this as simple as possible, our Warframes that are fighting each other are going to have an infinite amount of void energy at their disposal. All participating Warframes have their operators all equally skilled. The operators of said Warframes are only using Warframe-specific abilities. That rules out focus school abilities, void dashing, and transference to other frames. And yes, the new teased ultimates are considered operator abilities. It even has a Naramon logo on it, come on. We're also going to be considering if frames have their primes. So if a frame that we pick don't have a prime, tough shit. So let's try to condense this as reasonable as I can with the 10 frames. So here are the picks.
Dude, I wanna jerk off! Fuck! I wanna jerk off! Look at this!
Your balls are itching.
I don't feel so good.
Shawty's like a melody.
Bruh.
Right hand on the Bible, God can strike me down if I'm lying? That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
Okay, now that we have 10 Clank Warframes, that we need to determine real quick what their base stats are for a standard Warframe model can provide before their, you know, unique individual characteristics. So, I'm gonna use Excalibur. Now thankfully we do have a few sources to work off with, so you know, we can get a baseline for these Warframes. As our favorite egomaniac Orican, Ball-Ass, had stated in the Sacrifice quest, Warframes are essentially just bio-drones of modified gray strain-infested bipeds. You're welcome. And as the modified infestation grew on its host, it turned their skin into sword steel, are able to withstand several tons of crush force, has the agility to move swiftly and traverse through many terrains like a badass ninja, but in space. And as the Warframes are also piloted by the Tenno, of course they're gonna have mastery for the wide array of weapon types, but there's gonna be a rule for that later. Stay tuned. They're also able to output superhuman levels of reaction time and strength, as in, you know, they're not your average Joe. And as I stated previously, they're infinitely self-sustaining as long as there's no external factors that are in play. Alright, thank you Excalibur model 100,296,347. You may go farm more Oxium on Jupiter or something. Here's 10 platinum for your troubles. Now with that out of the way, we have a baseline of what these Warframes can do. Let's see the different models and see what they're capable of, and make them fight. Again, for entertainment.
Haha, now I'm butting into one of your videos, Francis. Hey guys, your favorite Wisp Unk here with a very special announcement. Apex Gaming PCs is doing a free giveaway. And yes, I said free! Use my link right now in the pinned comment and you can get a chance to win their Apex Extreme. This bad boy comes with 1TB SSD, a 20-core Intel processor, and a fat NVIDIA 5070 Ti graphics card. And they're just giving it away! If you recently bought a PC from Apex, don't worry. They'll refund your purchase for up to $5,000 just for being a previous customer. And if you don't win, you can always check their catalog. They do have nice cheap PCs, with easy ways to customize your PC and your payment plan, so you don't need to break the bank so softly. The giveaway ends on August 31st, so enter in quick before it's too late. And thanks Apex for always being a great partner. Now let's get back into the fight analysis.
So again, we're going to be using Excalibur as a baseline since, you know, he's a benchmark as he's the most common model of Warframe. He's pretty good, capable of soloing an entire army of Dax, he's a master hand-to-hand fighter, average travel speed, average Tendo battle experience, and a good solid all-rounder frame that's good with a blade, you know? Now we're going to rank these Warframes stat-wise from least to best. Alright, unfortunately Banshee starts off at number 10. See, although her sonic-based attacks, shockwaves, and silence are very useful in battle, she might disable Warframe abilities and disorient for a bit with silence, but ultimately she has more odds of being taken down by the other 10. So, she's the first one to go. Next is Titania. I know, surprisingly. So, doing research, Titania is the only frame out of the random 10 that we picked that is the fastest and more on the annoying side to deal with due to her small size and, again, speed. However, she might get blindsided and eventually get hit by collateral by the remaining frames, even if she manages to evade for a while. Plus, she's not the most durable of the frames, nor can she dish out highly damaging attacks. I know Dex Pixie and the Toothpick. So yeah, with a big upset, Titania lands in 9th place. Next on the list we have the Shadowy Assassin, Sight 09. Sight definitely has the capability of sniping and punching holes into whatever his heavy caliber bullets land to. I mean, come on. At minimum, these things are 50 caliber. The major issue with Sight in a battle royale with other equally skilled Warframes is that the issue of being overwhelmed. Now yes, Evade can help majorly, and he has infinite energy so he can, you know, keep it up. However, Evade has cooldowns. He is a heavy hitter, but at the same time, he is no more durable than the common Warframe chassis. He even has less armor than the basic Excalibur models. You fought well, soldier, but you're landing in 8th place. Now you have the Queen of Illusions, Mirage, next, Shiro's favorite for some reason. Bro thinks he can fix her. Now with her Hall of Mirror clones amplifying her damage and survivability with Deception, you know, all the Shadow clones, she has a better chance of living, especially with Eclipse aiding in survivability and amplifying her damage. The one thing Mirage is known for is her insanity though. She will fight tooth and nail until she ceases to function, sort of just like a berserker. No, not you, Valkyrie, go back. Her Prism attack, while definitely light speed with real lasers, those are light beams, is easily telegraphed and has a trajectory that is way below light speed. Below sound even. Like, look, that thing is like a disco ball, dude. You can dodge a disco ball, right? But even after Prism expires, it can temporarily blind other frames, but she's also a glass cannon, with no regard for tactically retreating when the situation demands for it. Well, she'll burn out eventually when taking in all the damage, but she went out swinging, and landed in 7th place. Ha ha ha! The Orican Alchemist himself slides into the battle. Lavos, the master of the elements capable of dealing fatal damage to any of the frames here. By far, Lavos has the hacks able to solo the entire cast here. However, his flasks are able to transmute anything and liquefy anything in a matter of seconds. Lavos here is the master of the elements, and he's capable of dealing a lot of fatal damage to all the frames here. Lavos can also take a beating since he's one of the more tankier frames, equipped with a heavier armor set. Now, his alchemy is capable of liquefying any Warframe, but his ranged flask can easily be avoided by the top 5. Not having enough options was his downfall since his primary way of offense is with elemental flasks, which can easily be shot out from the sky, deflected, destroyed, or shielded against. With that in mind, Lavos would last quite a while with his brains and heavy armor, but fall short at 6th place. Oh, y'all went down bad for this one when her proto released. Nyx, the Queen of Psychic Energy, stands her ground in this battleground. See, the only reason she's this high up is due to her damage absorption and reflection to the enemy Warframes. None of her other abilities are very useful in this battle royale. Sure, she could mind control the other frames. However, it's unknown if Nyx, the Warframe, can override the control of another Tenno's control of their own Warframe. Chaos is also useless here since it's a free-for-all anyway. Psychic Bolts it could reduce an enemy's defense, but they don't really do much in terms of damage. Her only real tool here is Absorb, which can reflect all the damage given to her back to the attacker. But it has a limit, which the other top frames can easily overwhelm her and break Absorb's limit. Plus, Absorb slows down Nyx, giving her a disadvantage with all the nimbleness of all the frames. She defended well, but she earns only 5th place. Now the Queen of Toxins, the progenitor of the plague, Saren. Boy oh boy, she was responsible for holding back the infestation from advancing in the early days, huh? She has 4 different ways of inflicting this deadly toxin or plague to her enemies. Saren can also cleanse any negative effects with Molt and make a quick decoy, spreading the plague even further after being destroyed. See, Miasma can make a big area of the plague, which could decimating the majority of living organisms within her vicinity. However, with the remaining frames, her plague sadly cannot affect these powerhouses and eventually dies out. She fought well to earn 4th place as the remaining 3 sadly hard counter her. And I mean really hard counter. Now, we have the top 3, starting with the Prince of Fire as he wheels in. Nej's halo burns bright to protect him and burn his foes to dust. Nej's fire from his very feet from Firewalker cleanses him of negative status effects as his enemies burn. He can also call forth his Divine Spears to quickly catch enemies by surprise and impaling them from a blind spot. The Divine Halo can also be used to make Nej teleport around, so giving him a much needed mobility boost. The Prince of Fire is strong but pales in comparison to the top 2 Warframes, landing him comfortably in the 3rd place. Now for 2nd place would be the Frozen Bulwark, Frost. Frost, the Warframe, is capable of channeling cryokinesis that drops the temperatures below absolute zero. That's what Sub-Zero means. Temperatures so cold that he freezes the air around him to make nigh unbreakable defenses, i.e. snow globe. Frost is also capable of freezing enemies solid and fracture them to pieces as brittle shards of ice with Avalanche. He's a very tanky frame for sure. He has many options for defense and offense. If any enemies get close, Avalanche can just take care of them. Plus the added barrier of Snow Globe can ensure that he is not getting hit by anything. Him being a formidable frozen fortress for sure, he earns this top spot in the 2nd place. Which leaves us with one last Warframe. Searing her way to the top is none other than Ember. With our research and what from the wiki tells us, Ember's fires burn as hot as the sun itself, reaching a scorching 15 million degrees centigrade. Do you know how hot that is? Ember can protect herself with her own flames, those same 15 million degree flames, for added protection and blast it at her unfortunate targets. And when the world calls for fire, she sets it on fire, raining down comets 1 meter each. These things are the size of an entire table that pulverize the enemy and finish the job. If we had frames that had better hacks, then maybe, yeah, she wouldn't even get to top 1, but holy hell. She's so powerful! She could definitely melt frames with ease and easily counters most of the cast in this free-for-all, which is why she's the champion of this Warframe Royale at 1st place. Well guys, this video was a roller coaster of multiple 4-hour nights of sleep. I'm barely functioning right now. I can't say for certain that this is the definite Warframe power scaling video. It was just an idea I had and something different, you know, to ponder instead of just the next build. So definitely let us know how you would scale the frames in the comments below. Oh, and while you're down there, one question. Which Warframe by itself do you think is the strongest? I'm curious. As for me, I need that prime sleep right about now. And always remember this. Take care.